Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Right, so this is going to be War 11 video. I also did end up taking a champion up kind of specifically for this war because my alliance mates asked, and to be fair, I don't mind ranking up Diablo to rank 4 either. He is quite good battlegrounds attacker, especially in some specific metas, so I just figured I might as well go ahead and do it, especially given the fact that Alliance War season rewards are coming in quite soon, and that should probably give me another rank 4. So, it's all good. We got rank 4 Diablo. I did end up giving him a few 6 stones as well. We are going up against Legion. Legion is very good alliance as well. They are in top 10, but, you know, going in this war, we knew where we are statistically the favorites for the match. And this war also is quite important for New Nation because there are 2 wars left in the season. And if we win this one, we are all but guaranteed to take 2nd place in season 40. Because if we take a win here, we would need to die a lot for anybody to overtake us. And therefore, everybody kind of really wanted to get this done and out of the way, knowing that this is a matchup where we are favorites. We do not know who we match in the final war. It could be GT40, it could be some of the other top 4 or 5 alliances that, you know, potentially could be hard. Not that I'm trying to say the Legion is not a hard war at all. In this season, everybody pretty much can lose to everyone. And we know that, you know, that's so many wars that people lost with 1 or 2 deaths that every war has to be taken, obviously, seriously. So in this war, I'm actually going to fight pretty much very last, and I have a team of Diablo, CGR, and Dr. Doom. So, in section 1, I need to deal with a Sasquatch and a Gore on path 7. Now, neither one of these champions really kind of synergize too much with the nodes, because none of them have any shrug of abilities, and therefore, it's just kind of primarily to deal with the champions themselves there. And I can kind of see why 2 completely opposite type of champions are placed here. But at the same time, Diablo just counters both of them pretty much perfectly. So I'm going to boost up here. And also, it's important to note that going in my fight, we had 1 death advantage. I believe the score was 2-3, we were winning, and we are ahead on time as well. So that gives us a bit of breathing space. That means that even if I die, we would still be winning on time. But I do have to also take the boss in this war, hence the Diablo rank up. So against Sasquatch is going to be a fairly straightforward fight. I put Power Stat 1 boost on, mainly for the Gore fight, just to immediately be able to get rid of his buffs. But in this fight, that will also come in handy. I'm going to see that the base plan here is just parry heavy to the level 3. And by the time I'm going to get to level 3, that Sasquatch isn't going to be overly healthy. Yeah, I should have obviously dexed that, but I do take a bit of unnecessary damage on the block. Now he's 33% by the time I activate my level 3. And, you know, we all know what happens pretty much after Diablo's level 3. That it's lights out with a million poisons, and here is, yeah, exactly that just happening. So fairly quick, fairly easy Sasquatch fight. Section 1 health pools are really noticeably kind of going by quicker these days. And now we have Gore. Now Gore is defensive tactic defender, which means he's immune to nullify now and stagger, I believe. But obviously Diablo is a global attacker, so with Diablo the only thing that I need to do is activate a special attack. And I'm going to get rid of all of his buffs. Here, I did throw a level 1, perhaps a bit too prematurely after my first heavy attack. Just to, yeah, get rid of his buffs. However, obviously, he reactivated some of them, but I still got plenty of power there. Now I dropped my level 2, and after that level 2, I'm at 3 bars of power. I still decided to bait out that level 1 from Gore. And, you know, he has ticked down to like 11%, and that level 3 will finish this fight as well. I did take a bit of damage, though, because I did get the debuff from the parry heavy at the beginning, but, you know, I was never in any real danger there. So for my section 2, I need to do path 4. And I do have to kind of switch up my masteries here. I did end up taking off Liquid Courage Double Edge. And we're going to be doing CGR against this War Machine here. And the plan here is just not to let him use a special attack and we'll be fine. So we're going to do the regular thing, parry heavy, sweet. He's gotten one of that increased combat power rate thing, but that shouldn't matter too much. And I just hold the block, find an opening, go for my level 2 with the cycle complete. So he's gaining no power at this point. I drop my level 2, nearly back at 2 bars of power, and go for my second level 2. And that War Machine is just absolutely toasted and dead and munched upon with, you know, no difficulty or time. Now, this next fight is a bit dodgier, it's a bit trickier, which is Null. And Null is going to be effectively unblockable the entire fight. And fighting unblockable Null is not too interesting. I suppose, based on some of the videos that I have seen, I could have brought in Absorbing Man for this match, because Absorbing Man does this fight even easier. With Absorbing Man, you quite literally just need to eat a level 1 from Null, and he's dead, kind of. But we'll do just fine here. I'm just checking if I'm recording. So I have done this fight before some seasons ago. It never goes the smoothest, but when you're going up against Null with Dr. Doom, you need to get hit a lot before you die. I'm quite sure that you could just end up getting hit in the face until you reach 3 bars of power and win the fight. So here, it did not start perfectly, so I got cornered, I ate some hits, but I did drop my level 1, which I'm currently using to siphon power off Null. Then I dropped a nice heavy attack there as well. So I'm past 1 bar of power. And the plan now is going to be try and get Null past 2 bars of power, drop my level 1 yet again, and now I want to get to my level 3. Which I am doing relatively decent job at. I get an intercept here, sweet. Now I'm at my level 3, and basically the fight is over. So even though I did get smacked around a bit in the beginning, you can see that Doom is still at 82% health, and we're going to be doing just fine. So after my level 3, that Null is at 39%. I'm going to go for the medium triple lights. Now there I had to cut it a bit short to make sure I don't push myself to 2 bars of power too early. And then just a nice finish with a level 2. And that is it. Now this next bit, I screw up. And this is where I die. Hate fighting Novice. And I'm sure, again, if I did this fight again, I would be doing better. Because after this fight, I realized what I should have done and how I should have handled this fight. There are a couple of things that initially kind of distracted me, but we're going to see. I'm definitely not going to be playing my best here against Nova, and this unfortunately is going to be my second death here. I'm going to start with the power boost, which arguably I should have set up as an indestructible 3 boost, and I should have. It would be much more like me in this type of fight to just push Nova to level 3. But it's fine. The plan here still was basically just drop the level 1, get rid of his buffs, and, you know, just keep spamming special attacks, keep building up your poisons, do not parry. But I do make a mistake where I do not really gain enough poisons, and here we can see that he's gaining power quite rapidly here as I'm dropping my special attacks. Now, later on, I'm going to show it in the boss fight, how I should have approached this fight, taking a bit of brute force damage at the beginning, and we would have been fine. Yet the problem is I'm doing damage constantly, but I only have the 3 poisons active now. Now I drop, and here is the biggest mistake. I use my level 2. I shouldn't have. I should have just went for level 3. I thought that level 2 is going to do potentially more damage, and plus Mystic Power Boost, plus if he had a buff there. And here again, he's at 2 bars of power. I need to bait that out. I need to make sure that, you know, get the power out of him. But I'm already quite stressed looking at my health pool that I tried to parry, get a disorient on me. And here Nova gets me in corner, and he inevitably gets 3 bars of power. So I drop my level 1, and he flinks into me, pushes me to 2 bars of power. I hope this would do more damage, and it didn't. And he eats a level 3. So really, there was a very stupid mistake of me not to get to level 3 when I activated level 2. If I got that level 3 in, I'm sure I would have won this fight, or if I had approached it differently. So this really did kind of shook me a bit, because I kind of wasted our death advantage here. So now we're tied as far as I'm concerned. And if I die again in this fight or the boss fight, we'll lose the war, which would feel awful to die twice in a single war. So here I'm going to go in again with Diablo, just quickly finish that off. I drop my level 1 again, and, you know, because he basically has no health left, I'm absolutely not worried. I got that poison on, it's sticking for a bit. I drop my special attack, whatever. But in this fight, and immediately kind of after it, when I started thinking about how to get most power with Diablo, it was clear to me that it was not the best strategy and I could have done better. Besides even not activating that level 3. I do feel quite bad about this death. There's no way around it. But both times I die for completely new matchups this season that I haven't done. And in hindsight, obviously afterwards, it does seem relatively obvious. And what seems obvious is that I'm going to show you guys here. So first thing, I do put on that pre-fight of Diablos that gives me armor break immunity whilst my whale is active, just because I do not want to take cold snap damage if he does manage to get some of that stuff through. But this Vision Arcus fight is going to be basically a perfect example of how in this meta you should do pretty much every fight against a global defender. So what we're going to see here is I'm going to start the fight with a power stack 1 boost active. I don't think it's a must, but I'm just going to take a ton of hits in a block. And that's going to be the only thing I do here. And you guys are going to see the reason in a second, because those are active buffs, and once I activate my special attack, it fate seals, and that does feed Mystic Dispersion. So what we saw there was I took a ton of hits in a block, and then I just activate level 1, which immediately gives me enough power to get to level 3, which I activate. And at that point, he has a ton of poisons active. I do get a little bit of power back from Mystic power back boosts. There is a buff now and then that kind of squeezes through, but he doesn't really ever get his power gains on. So at this point, that vision is just like a basic opponent that's stun immune. And here we can see that I'm just going to drop my level 1s and pause the poisons. And those poisons are going to be more than enough to take this entire boss down in like a minute. And that should have been the exact strategy for the Nova fight, in my opinion, and pretty much any other fight where you can take hits in a block against a global defender. Just take some hits in a block, level 1, immediate level 3, immediate win. This fight took 33 hits, like 1 minute. So unfortunately, I did die again, and that put us tied. However, we were winning on a time, so I wasn't completely beating myself up. I obviously do feel bad about this one. But at the end of it, Legion died a handful of more times before exploring. I hope that they still finish in top 10. When I checked the leaderboard before this war, they were in top 10 masters, so I definitely, hope that they still remain there or regain the position for top 10, because they're definitely a very good alliance. New Nation unfortunately gives away 3 deaths, which is slightly above our average as an alliance, but I believe with these clears, it means that we need to die, as long as we die 7 or 8 times or less, and even if we lose our final war, we should have the 2nd place secured looking at leaderboards. And that is quite encouraging, because obviously we typically do not give away that many deaths, and not needing a win 1000% definitely gives a bit of relief, even though obviously we still need to have solid finish to kind of like put this in the bag and actually get those rewards. But as a season overall, definitely has been very, very good for New Nation. We had a couple of unfortunate wars. Both of our losses were, easily avoidable. That we had against Salty, where, we lost 3-4, but we were winning on time, so effectively 1 death would have skewed that war. And GT40 war was 1-1, where we were like 10 or 15 or 20 fights away from winning that, because they had died early. And yeah, we only had like 19-20 fights left to clear to win that. So both of those losses are unfortunate, but overall, New Nation at the moment is playing very, very well, which I'm super happy to be a part of. It does suck to get the 2nd death of the season, but it's nice to get a boss solo, I suppose. Either way, let me know how your season is going, guys, and I will catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next